Hello everybody and welcome back here to High Button Sports as we get set for our next game here at the High Performance Camp. This is the male under 14 night games here on the Monday, July 7th. So dead set in the summer. And we are here at the auxiliary rink bringing you the action all week long. Appreciate everyone for tuning in as we get ready to go here. Looks like the starting goaltenders, Rogerson on one side and Silly Boy on the other. And we'll get ready to head to center here. And we are off here. There's puck down in front. That one's going to be worked up the right side and steered off into the corner. Hard hustle play there by McLeod to get to it. So Lincoln McDonald got to it first, and now a little pushing and shoving along the boards. Picked up, moved ahead by Cranston, knocked back into the zone and hustled after here for Paxton Kennedy. Kennedy picks it up. Kennedy steers it up through the middle, stopped up on the stick there, gets it down to the right side, halfway over the blue line, then it gets knocked back in the other way, 2-on-2, heading down the left side. Low shot, easily steered away there as Reed Reynolds let that one go for blue. Kicked back out, and now moved over the line here, Andrew Michaud. Passed on back there to Marty McLeod, turned over and just on the line. And that was Gregor O'Hearn who started to hustle that puck in. Face-off will come down here to the left. We'll reset. This is the youngest age group for the male section, so the first time this age group has been at the high performance camp, getting the experience here at Antigonish. Picked up, worked in down the left side. That one passed off, and Gallant moves it out. Gallant into the end boards, scooped up there by Berger. Berger back in behind. Turns it over to Dufour. Dufour starts to circle around, loose there in front for a moment, then played off to the corner. Berger looking for an outlet pass. He'll elect to hold on to it here for an extra second and then just dump it down the left side. No ice. It'll be chased after by Cameron Ripley. Ripley tried to get open in front. Comes across there to O'Hearn. Back to Ripley. Ripley in over the ringette line. Dished back to the line. Looking for a shot through traffic. That one's going to be scooped up by Rogerson. And we'll get the whistle. So some pretty tame plays through the first 2 minutes of this game. A little back and forth. As the face-off will head on the left side. We'll wait for the puck drop. That one moved out in front and circle around by Labucky. Trying to get that out. Pass in behind. It'll die off the wall and stay alive, though, as Nate O'Coin hustles in for it. O'Coin on the corner, swoops that in front, and puck wasn't totally covered, but the ref lost sight, so he'll blow the whistle, and it'll be a face-off down here in the right side corner. Still looking to get into our first kind of rhythm back and forth. Picked up, try to play that out in front. That's going to bounce off the wall back to Henneberry. Henneberry plays it in low. Fed up the left side. Picked up over the line and dished on down by Zwicker. Bounced off the wall. Ricochets for Team Yellow. Picked up, though, trying to hand it to Zwicker. Zwicker gets it free, steps in. Shot saved by Rogerson off the stick. Yellow gets it back in behind. A little bit of a swipe hit there as it frees the puck up. Comes in around. Now moved up ahead, trying to break that puck down the right side. Stopped up by Ruiz. Hand off to Zwicker. Zwicker in over the blue line. Zwicker down the right side. Zwicker in along the end boards. To the right side half wall. Try to feed it in front. Picked up there. Onto the stick. Back to the blue line. Shot through traffic. Scooped up with the glove. And 6:46 left to go here in the first as we continue on. 16:46. Face off down to the left is a few more chances here for Navy through the first 3.5. Puck dropped in. That one over for O'Coin. O'Coin back in behind Norris. Norris plays it up the wall. Picked up there by Cranston. Cranston gets the lead pass off. Here to Duggan. Liam Duggan tries to get through the defender using the hands, and it gets freed up, but not for very long, is knocked off the stick. Grab there. McKinnon plays it left side. Shot. That one tipped through and off the post. Nathan Norris let that shot go. The seeing eye shot from in behind. Down here in front. Kind of get tangled up. Turn back over to Yellow. Yellow's going to chip it across there to Hughes. Slowed up along the boards. Looking for that puck. That's handed up ahead. Charlie McKinnon. McKinnon to the right side. McKinnon slows up. Shot. Hits the side of the net. That one's going to come free behind there for Hughes. Knox Hughes tries to play it, but it's turned over. Onto the stick there, Enzo Chandler. Chandler starts to wheel in behind the net. Chandler gets it over to Cranston. Dished back to the line here. Dixon, shot on. Save made. There's a shot through traffic. And face-off will come here on the left side. Back in the yellow end here. Puck dropped in, slowed up by Kennedy. Dished out in front, Cranston between the legs, picked up, shot, tries to go top shelf. And that one steers high, a nice move to pick it up on the other side. I don't know if Rogerson totally got something there, but I think maybe he did there. Ricochet that one high. Rogerson and Cranston used to play together on a spring team that we commentated for here at High Button almost 3 years ago. So have been to the meltdown together and all sorts of things as a squad. So Cranston trying to beat his forward teammate there. Back on the line. That one shut down by Hayes. Picked up by Houston McDonald. That one kept in the zone and chased off to the corner. Cranston on it. Chips it along the wall. Trying to open it up for his teammate Chandler to try to pick it up. Long extended shift here for Navy. Up the wall, Chandler gets it. Nice dish across, picked up there by Hayes. Shot, Rogerson with another save. Along the end boards. Trying to pick it up off the wall. Navy still pushing. Backhand, rebound to the right side. Just off the end of the stick there, Reynolds. He'll try to drop it back, Cranston. Cranston in along the wall. Knocked off the stick there by Lincoln McDonald. Up to Houston McDonald. Stand up hit there as Cranston gets a hard lick in there on Jax Mosher. The reverse hit. Still a long shift here. Over 2 minutes for the Navy squad. So they could really use a change, and they'll get one in here now. Picked up, little lead pass up ahead to Paxton Kennedy. Jumps off his stick. Over to Liam Labucky. Labucky plays it down the right side. Picked up now by Marshall Hayes. Hayes in behind. Hayes over to the left. Charlie McLaughlin. McLaughlin turns it over. It's in the middle of the ice. Picked up, trying to move it the other way here. Dufour. Dufour swung off into the boards, and the arm goes up for a penalty. So Navy will head to the box here. Hook sent back from the corner. Shot back the other way and trying to play it back. Almost hit the own empty net. That would have been something. Worked over. Picked up. And Davis Henneberry, he'll try to open up the ice a bit. Henneberry gets caught up there. It's touched. And we get the whistle here. 13 minutes left to go in the first. And they're having a word, the refs. The penalty was a little while ago, so they're going to confirm that was a cross check down there into the corner by that wooden pane. Face off from the right. That one's dropped in. Gonna exit out near center. Picked up, Labucky gets it across. In over the line. Down the right side, brought in over the line, Nordine. He'll be played back, tries to get it to the line. It's off the stick of Labucky, who will use the edges to open up a little room here to the left side. Drops that back. Walking in on the blue line. Picked up by Woolley. Over to O'Coin, shot through, about 30 seconds gone on the power play. Down along the wall. Puck grabbed and sent the other way, Labucky. Labucky up ahead. That went in over the blue line. Shot, steers to the corner. Picked up along the wall there, Labucky. Shot, tries to snipe one up high, and it just steers over the net. Back along the half wall, minute gone in the power play. Picked up and moved the other way here by Simon Pelham. Big body out there. Sorry, that is actually Jack Zwicker, 32 on blue, not yellow. But a big body nonetheless, skating that thing down. We're kind of in that age group too where the size, a month or two can really change the size of these players. So they were playing the U13 AAA last year, and now they're moving up to the U15s, and that little extra size goes a long way when you're making that jump. Woolley up the right, picked up by O'Coin. O'Coin in over the line. O'Coin trying to muscle that through. Hits into the goaltender with a little shove. And the whistle blows. I don't know if anything's going to come of that. 9 seconds to go on the power play. Down there on the right is goaltender Siliboy, still down. So adjusting the pad right now. After that shove. He'll strap back up, and it looks like no penalty on the call there. So it'll still just be the 9 seconds. Puck in the neutral zone, so 11:10 left to go here in the first, about halfway through, and we're all set to continue on. 0-0 game. Pace picked up a little bit here in the last few minutes. Picked up off the wall. That one will be grabbed by Pelham. Steered in behind. Frizzle. Frizzle starts to move it up. Frizzle in over the blue line. Frizzle from the right side looking for a sharp angle shot. Blockered away. In behind, Hughes shoots on, and that one will be covered up. 10:55. Ready to go again. Penalty is over, so we're back to the 5-on-5. Kill there by Navy. Played at the top of the zone. Michaud. Michaud fires that back in behind. Chased after Dixon. Picked up off the wall and going right through. That one's kicked on back by Mosher. Shot. Rebound in front as it's jamming around. Yellow with a good push here. Jump down the boards, try to keep it in McLeod. On the end boards, taking the long way around there is McDonald. Back to Michaud. Shot through traffic. That one steered on. Whistle goes. Exactly 10-13 to go in the first, so halfway through the first frame. Off down here on the right. Puck dropped in. Dylan Dixon gets it over for Chandler. Waiting pass off the stick there. Cranston keeps it in the zone. Cranston steps in, shoots one on. Rogerson steers aside. Cranston in behind. He's bobbing and weaving. Picked up down the boards. Little check, frees that up. Cranston steps in, shot tipped, and will be fired into the mesh as he face off down on the left side. This line seems to be clicking relatively nice with Chandler, Cranston, and I believe that's 26 in there. The old jersey tuck, I'll have to confirm that. Picked up and moved out of the zone here by Dufour. Dufour down the left side. In over the line, down low. Ran off into the boards there by Norris. Pushed into the wall and in behind. Lead pass, past the stick of Cranston. Back in behind for Parsons. Parsons across to Brabant. Oh, and a layout hit there again by Cranston. Moved up through the middle, Brabant. Solid skating D-man down the left side. He'll turn it over, though, as he tries to go up the half wall with it. So that looks like 23 Reynolds, so it's Reynolds the third man on this line. Steered up ahead. In over the line. Roman, shot, rebound in front, steps in, scores. Dufour makes no mistake and puts Yellow on the board first. Off a rebound that was waiting there for him. That'll push us back to center, 1-0. So Yellow breaking through there off the rebound. Back to center. False start. Puck dropped in and moved down the right side. A little shove in there on the end boards, picked up by Kennedy. Worked up the wall. Gregor O'Hearn. O'Hearn down over the blue line. Tries to play that off and it steers to the corner. McLaughlin played back in around. Ripley gets worked into the wall. Tried to play that back through onto the stick there. Kennedy shot wide. Grabbed on the other side, hustled after there by O'Coin. O'Coin plays across, left side, shot, and picks his spot. There is Eli Woolley, and just like that, it's 2-0 off a nice play. Buried in behind, and now Navy find themselves on the back foot with 8:08 left to go here in the first. Hasn't been the quickest period ever, but most of the plays are looking pretty good. We'll head back to center. Navy looking for a push. There's only the one penalty Puck dropped in. Down the left side, Ruiz, Shea Ruiz. Picked up, back in behind, trying to open up some room there. Get that pass over to Buckley. It just didn't make it through. Now a little lift play there by McDonald. Up the right side wall with it. In over the line, Marshy. He'll make a move. Marsh plays it out in front, picked up on the other side, but overskated. Now Navy overskates it, and it stays in the zone by Yellow. Left side, holding, played in front, shot, and a good look there. Still loose, and that looked like Jacob Frizzle who made that move, and a nice one. Face off on the right side. Held that all the way in behind the net, and then the little touch pass out in front and got a clear chance on. Save made, though. Puck's grabbed and worked in behind there. Chase Noel. Over to Charlie McKinnon in behind, but Noel tries to go up the wall with it. The Shabukto native picked up. Trying to hand that up ahead, onto the stick, and a nice chance here for Navy. Up ahead, shot, save made, rebound, another save made. Rogerson all over that one with 2 quality stops. Back in the other way. So the best look of the game there for Navy comes with just under 7 minutes to go in the first. And net off, so ref will, sorry, the pad needs to be adjusted there by Rogerson. So the second time this game. Now it's at the other end. Play down here to the left. Picked up. Lincoln McDonald tries to get that in over the line. Grabbed here by Baldwin. Try to get that back over into the skate. Wasn't able to get on the same page. Now down the left side, Duggan. Liam Duggan gets handed off to Baldwin. Shot back in behind. Try to loosen it free, but it's played nicely there by Houston McDonald. Pretty much as good as he could have done off that play. Now from the right side corner, lead pass knocked away. Picked up by Ruiz, turned over, shot, that one saved, and a nice stop there by Syllaboy to keep it 2-0 with 6 minutes to go in the first. Back onto the feet there, Noel. He leads it up to the middle through Cranston. Cranston in over the blue line, down the left side. Cranston shoots, save made. Working it back around, Marty McLeod up ahead. McLeod poked at, and it's going to cause the offside, and they knew it on the ice, so we'll get the whistle and the face-off down here to the right. Puck dropped in. Cranston gets that back. Played over to the right. Carbo over the line. Slow it up. Try to muscle it. Cranston steered aside by Rogerson again. Down along the boards. And that's moved up ahead to Dufour. Dufour down over the blue line. Dufour hands it off to the right side. Gallant gets tied up. Cranston in behind. Picked off along the wall. It's chopped at. Spinning in front. Stopped up. Overskated a little bit. Norris going to play it on the wall. Chip back in front here. Over the blue line. Handed off, steps in, shot goes wide, and a clear look there for Dufour down the wing. Back in behind, Dixon. To the right side corner. Back to the line, Brabant shot. That one steers in behind and misses a few parents' heads as it slows up off the mesh and drops down in front. 4-14 now. Face off down on the right side. 2-0 to score. Puck moved up ahead. Ripley gets freed up in behind. It's a foot race to it, but all over that one was LeBucky. Now Yellow gets that past the red line, handed on back. Hayes played over to McKim. McKim over the line. McKim down the left side. Picked up back in behind by Ripley. To the line, Kennedy, shot through traffic, and they score as nearing the end of the period. Navy will get one back. Off some tips in front, not sure who ended up with it. Looks like credit will go to Paxton Kennedy with 3:41 left to go here in the first. Puck dropped in. Down the left side, steered in behind by Zwicker. Little reverse hit there. Down to the corner, it'll be picked up by LeBucky. Now up the wall, back in behind for Kennedy. Tried to steer in front. Down to LeBucky. Can't get it free. Holding up by Navy. Gets all the way back to the goaltender. To the defender. And shot and save made by the goaltender. 3-11. That one was a seeing eye shot. Scooped out of the air. Face off to the left. Puck poked around in the feet. That one gets freed up, trying to go down the wall with it. Over the line there by Frizzle. Berger picks it up, plays it across to McLaughlin. They chip it up the wall. It rolls down here, stopped up. Down the right side, Frizzle to the middle. Turns it over to the other 16 there, McDonnell. In the feet, Pelham back to the line, shot low, not going to make it through. Picked up there by Zwicker. Gets him behind. Back to Zwicker, he'll pick it up at the top of the circle. Lots of yellow jerseys around, just trying to stick with it and forces it into the right corner. Up the blue, back to the line. Comes on down. Picked up over the blue line on the left side, pushed to the middle, fanned on. Frizzle loses it in behind to McLaughlin. Trying to go up the wall with it, played back down. McLaughlin. Onto the stick. Dished over, down from the corner. Slowed up in front. Picked up Frizzle, hands it off. Gonna take and shoot it in by McKinnon. 90 seconds to go. Yellow looking for one late. Picked up along the boards with speed. In over the line, Mosher. Mosher goes down into the corner. Fished out by Ruiz, or attempted to. Hustling for it. Comes over to Duggan. Pushed up to McKinnon. Noel. Brought in, slowed up. Michaud. Gets it up the left side, handed off. Minute to go here in the first. What's been a relatively long first period. 3 total goals. Couple penalties. Oh, and a big hit down there along the boards. And now some pushing and shoving after. Some frustration. Picked up by Yellow, though, over to the left side. Sent on. Save made. 39 seconds to go. Face off to the right. Picked up. That one's going to be chipped in behind. Romard turns that over. It's Cranston with 30 seconds to go. Gets that over to Chandler, and they try to do the high sauce, get it back over. Intercepted. Tough play to pull up there, and it's Romard down the left side. He spins back, tries to hand it off. He'll steer to the corner. Back in behind for Dufour. Played to the middle. Cranston. Picked up on the other side. Cranston, fans on it. And that will take us to the end of the first. So 2-1 at the end of one. Back for the second in a moment. All right, everybody, welcome back here to High Button Sports for the second period of action in the 14s division for the male. 2-1, the score after one. As we start to work and start off our second periods, new goaltenders in net. Blake Butcher for Navy, and looks to be Colson Gould for the yellow side. And puck steered out and behind. From the boards on the right side, that one's going to be chased after in behind, grabbed by O'Hearn. I do believe those goalies are swapped around actually. Gould on Navy, Butcher on yellow. From the right side, played up the wall. Frizzle tries to get it out, sent back off a skate, and moved over to Knox Hughes. Off the end of the stick there, played over to Pelham. Pelham plays that to the middle. It almost gets turned over, but it's chopped that. Sent the length of the ice. That one will head down for an icing, a minute in to this one. Face off coming. There's a little tap on the pads by Lincoln McDonald. Like I said, the youngest age group here for the male section at the Meltdown, and bringing you the action here the first time at the high performance camp, playing in kind of this all-star team format. It's always interesting to see. Back and behind, trying to go up the wall with it. Moved up by McDonald. Shot on, save made. That one will be covered up there. Face off to the left. And looks like the draw will be on the right side. Puck dropped in, back to the blue line, played across to the left, steps in, fans on it there. Was Henneberry as he had a decent chance for a look, hustled after hard into the corner and played down low by Labucky. Moved out to the middle, yellow gonna chip it into the wall. McDonald gets hit there by Norris. Toe dragged in over the line. That's gonna get back to the red. Picked up, handed off to the left. Henneberry, D-to-D pass there to Labucky. He'll go down, back to Henneberry, rolls off his skate to the corner. He has to pick up, trying to chip up the half wall, and will take the brunt of a hit there. And now the penalty coming on that one, and the ref calls the boarding. So power play. Maybe it was on the retaliation. It looks like it was. So Lincoln McDonald heads off to the box after that hit on Henneberry. They gave him the boarding, so face off down here to the right. Puck dropped in, flipped over on the line. Ringette line, shot goes high off a shin pad to the corner. McKinnon. Shot hits the side of the net as they try to go for a cheeky one down low on the power play. Duggan hands it off. Played back to Duggan. Down to McLaughlin. McLaughlin looks for it. Picked up off the wall. Yellow with the lead pass. Onto the stick there, Romard. On and off of it, though, as comes back down here in front. McKinnon. Picked up down the left side and over the line. Yellow stepping in, shorthanded, save made. That was off the rush there by Romard. Navy now up over the line. Played off in front, and stepping in to the check there was McLeod. Anything to stop the play. Romard now down the right side, again shorthanded. He goes through the legs, picks up, tries to steer in. Grabbed here by Baldwin, can't get it. Instead, that'll be 15, due for yellow on the wall here on the left side. Dug off the wall. Played back and around. Kept in by Cale Parsons. Parsons shot. Makes it through. Whistle there, 16-18 and only 42 seconds left to go on the power play. Played to the left. Steered in behind, looking for the lead play. Onto the stick there, Chandler. Chandler and over the blue line. Chandler, hands back. Played across to Ruiz. Ruiz tries to get it down low. Looking to move it out in front. Cranston. Cranston, hard pass across, doesn't make it through. 15 seconds to go on the power play. In along the end boards. Reynolds played it back to the D and it's pushed off to the corner there for Noel. Noel gets it back door to Chandler. They play it in front. Cranston tries to feed that in. Stopped. It misses the stick. Now down here to the left side. Big burst of speed. Looking for the pass off. There was O'Coin. As Che Ruiz kind of hobbles off to the bench. We'll keep an eye on him behind the play. Cranston bringing it down 1-on-2. Cranston over the line. Knocked off the stick. Fished off the wall. Cranston holding. Pushing to the middle. Looking for a shot on. Rolling in behind. And the save made just enough. Goaltender Butcher wasn't exactly sure where that was, but got enough of it. 15 minutes left to go in the second, so 5 minutes through this period. Puck dropped in. Back on the line. Steers off to the corner. Almost colliding there, picked up, steered behind. Now played up the right side wall. Another hit leg, grabbed him behind by O'Coin. O'Coin, fans on it, can't get it out the zone. Now they'll try for it to get up the wall. Hughes, played around, picked up there by O'Hearn for Navy, turned over back in front. Woolley. Loses it there. McKim. Played across there to Hayes. Hayes overskates it. Hayes pulls back. Chop that. Back in behind for Harvo. Down the left side and in behind. Slowed up there by Gould. Gould leaves that. Played to the middle. Navy. Here in front of us. Hayes looking for it. Worked off into the wall, the delayed offside. That'll allow Yellow to regroup. Nope. They called a penalty there, so the far ref calls the interference. 13:44 to go in the second. And that one's going to be against Yellow again, so Navy with the power play as Frizzle heads off. Face off to the right. Dish to the half wall. Try to feed that in through, and it ricochets off the glass and out. It's kind of been that type of game. As we'll try again. Puck played down, airmailed down the left side. That'll steal all the way ahead and behind, but grabbed it at first, Marsh. So a little bit of a lapse in judgment back there for Navy as Yellow kind of gets in on it. Got to be careful of that stick. But Navy gets away with one, moving it up ahead. Zwicker with a full head of steam. He'll step to the middle, shot steered aside. Picked up there by Buckley. Back to Dixon. Dixon, shot blockered. Swept on. Trying to stay with it. Low on the left side near the ringette line. Back and behind. Zwicker to the line. Dixon. Dixon. Played across. Side of the circle. Swept on, goes wide. Zwicker. Back to Dixon again. Back over to Zwicker. Going to try again. Forced too far low, though, and he'll have to hold on. Behind the back. Played in to McKim. Sorry, that was to McDonnell. Shot blockered. Picked up by Buckley. Turned over. Play in front. Steered into the end boards. Cut off along the wall there. LeBucky going to grab and play down with 18 seconds to go on the power play, nearing the halfway mark of the game. Neared up ahead. Here's Zwicker, but it's caught up to by Michaud. That's the difference between coming off the bench with momentum and waiting for that puck to catch up to you. Near impossible to do. Right side, played on through, and they finish it off. Steered in behind for the 3-1 on a nice cross crease. And we'll head back to center. Jax Mosher goes for the fist bumps first. Him and McDonald, I believe, connected Lincoln. And we'll head back to center. 11:45 to go, a minute left to go in that PK. So they got the short-handed marker. I'll go a long way in a 3-1 game. Back to center. Picked up over the blue line. To the corner. Exits the zone. Onto the stick there. McDonald in over the line. Mosher down low. Steers off the hit. Played from the corner. Back to the blue line. Looking for traffic. Steered off the pad and wide. Grab, toe drag in. Blocker save there. Nice job staying with that one. Back to the blue line. Now to center. Picked up Michaud. Michaud getting pressure, but he chips it up the wall. Now down here in front of us, hustled in over the line. Played across. One-timer goes wide. Back down low. Mosher. Loses it. Back in behind for McLeod. McLeod steps in. Shot. That one sent high and wide. 10:41 left to go here in the second. Puck dropped in and picked up from in behind Ruiz. Good to see he's okay after going off gingerly earlier in the period. Picked up. Cranston flips that one down, and it comes in. Navy stays on side, leading ahead. Nice play there. Reynolds, shot, tries to go short side, goes high. Yellow now trying to push that back in behind. Ruiz picks it up. Tagged up over the blue line. Picked up and sent across the end wall. Into the middle, Cranston. Cranston walking the blue line. Nice little lead pass to the left side. Steps through. Navy shot in front and save made. 4 touches by 4 different players in about 10 to 15 seconds there, if that, maybe 10. And the save made. And a big one there. And we are officially past the halfway mark here in the second. .9:44 left to go, and the halfway mark in the period. Remember, the Under 15s will be up next here with Mason on the call immediately following this game. Trying to play that up in front. Steer it to the wall and played down by Ruiz again. Number 9 getting lots of action here in the second. That one rolls off his stick, and Yellow trying to get it down the other way. Right side, shot whistles by. Picked up back by Hughes. In along the end board, centering pass, a little too hot to handle as it ricochets off his stick, and will head back the other way. Back in behind, Harvo. Picked up by Navy. Cranston steps in. Shot tries to go low with it. Steered away there by Butcher. Played down by Ruiz. Extended shift here for this line. Gets worked over to Hughes. Hughes plays up the wall with it. Comes down onto the stick, and nice job calmly moving that up ahead. There was Nordine. Picked up Navy. They'll shoot it back into the end wall. Touched up for Harvo. Harvo gets it across to Hughes. Along the half wall. Played back. Shot through traffic. Blockered away by McKim. Or sorry, shot by McKim. Now pushed to the middle. Picked up. Steered in behind for Kennedy. Kennedy up to O'Hearn. Trying to make it in over the line. Down the left side. O'Hearn centering pass. No one home, but Navy picks up on it off the ricochet on the stick. And with 8 minutes to go, whistle goes. Face off down to the right. Picked up, little chip play. Steered in behind. Try to jam at it. Rolls in front of the net into the corner. Played back to the blue line. Shot through traffic wide. Hustled after. Picked up along the end boards. Little chance there in front. Moves back to the line. Dixon. Dixon. To the ringette line all the way down. Dixon tries to play that in behind. Cut off by Henneberry. And a penalty from the back ref here. Cross check on the play. And I think that'll be a Navy penalty this time around. So Yellow will head to the man advantage. Up 2. 7:25 left to go here. Puck played up the wall. That one's going to be steered out in behind and slowed up onto the stick there. Butcher plays it to Hayes. Played it back in behind. Navy cuts it off. Labucky. 7 minutes left to go here in the second. Up ahead, Marsh over to the right side, drops that back, steps in, and a clear-cut chance there on net, but all over it. That's the thing about getting those clear looks is, sure, you don't have anyone in front of you, but neither does the goalie. That's a little bit of a catch-22, and Evil and Colson Gould able to stand up to that one pretty easily. Face off to the left. Now moving it up ahead, here's Zwickers. Zwickers led a lot of rushes for the Navy this game. Nothing resulting in a goal, but doing a good job getting that through the neutral zone at least. Comes on back. Zwicker now waits and comes in himself on the left side. Trying to toe drag in. Lots of Yellows on top of it. Trying to take advantage of their power play. A minute to go in it. Over to the right. Passed on through, down the left side, shot scores. Seeing eyes shot by Marty McLeod. And that will put Yellow up 4-1 as they extend their lead here on the man advantage with 6:09 to go in the second. Back to center, and now some work to be done for Team Navy. Picked up. That one played into the end boards. Parsons up ahead. Gets it to the left. Remard drops that back. Stick flexing there, but save made as it's covered up in front. Face off to the left. Grabbed and steered ahead, down the right side. Trying to grab it down low. Played off in front, rebound, steers back to the corner. Yellow, lead play. Ricochets off the stick of Gallant, back in behind. Brabant gets a shove. Kept in, right side, handed off, steps in, save made. Pass to the right, steers up ahead. Trying to skate that up ahead, and they'll get back in behind the defender. Duggan steps in, all sorts of time to shoot. That one steered away off the pads. Inside 5 minutes now. Play off and wanting it bad was Duggan, but that one came in near the shoulder, so they have to work a little harder for it. Now it's off the stick and trying to get fancy with it over the blue line. Down into the zone, steps up, shot off the knob of the stick to the corner. Played in front, stopped up. Yellow shot, scooped up with the glove. And whistle here with 4:21 left to go. Face off to the left. Held up a little bit. That one comes through and is dished up the wall. Picked up by Marsh. Played across to Cranston. Cranston over the line. He'll take the extra move with it. Tries to hand that off, and it's steered into the corner. Chandler goes in on the wall. Cranston creates the turnover. He'll hold, looking for the wraparound. It's on the corner and will stay out. There's another whistle here and save made to the right. Picked up, 3:50 to go as we near the end of the second. 4-1 the score, so less scoring in this one, but a nice healthy lead for Yellow. Head down the left side. 6:44. The time, the actual time, the Atlantic time right now is we make our way through this one just over an hour into this stream. Picked up by Kennedy. Shot. Grabbed there by Chandler. Played down the wall. Cranston In over the blue line, down the left side. Cranston shoots, goes wide. Back to the line again. Kennedy off a skate. Bounces to the left side. Hayes swept in behind for Reynolds. Reynolds, 3 minutes to go. Tries to get that down low. A little shove in the corner. Back to the blue line. In behind for Henneberry. Henneberry shoots it around. No one really home on the other side. Picked up off the wall down low. Slowed up by Hayes. Hayes down low. 2:39. Hayes on the hash marks. Little pressure coming from Marsh. Picked up off the wall. Did everything Chandler could to get that pass down just off the stick. Reynolds back to Chandler. He'll start to circle around. Drop off pass there to Kennedy. Kennedy down to the corner. Cranston to Chandler. Shot it go in on the short side. And the cheeky one. It's moved up the middle. Yellow looking to add to the lead down the right. In over the line. Stopped up. Starting to move. Backhand. Bounces off the wall. In along the end boards. There to Pelham. Yellow. Forced to the back foot. It's Cranston looking for an angle. Down the left side. Shot. And save made. Coming in on a tough one. And hits the post and save as 99 seconds to go. Steered ahead. On to the left here, McDonald's. Tries to pick it up on the other side. McDonald played in front, hits the stick, bounces on out. Gregor O'Hearn over to the left side. Little shove. Nice little hit there as Dixon, more of a shove, but separate man from puck. That's the idea. That was on McDonald. 57 seconds to go here now in the second. Down here in front, rolls back onto the stick there, Norris. Played over Ripley. Tripped up in the middle, no arms up. We'll continue on, 44 seconds. McLeod runs into O'Hearn. Back up the wall. Oh, landing down, taking a number on that one, it looked like. Up the right side. Onto the stick here, Michaud. Michaud, nice backhand pass that got into the neutral zone to his player. Now led ahead, just onside. 2-on-1 here, 20 seconds. Play to the right. You can't get the pass across. That was a good attempt there. He just couldn't deliver on it. From the corner, stepping up, Brabant. He shoots into the glove. 2 seconds to go till the end of the second here. So 4-1 as Yellow extends their lead through the course of this period. Navy still chasing the game a little bit here. Not much going in for them. They've had some chances, just about that finish. It's been tough to come by. 2 seconds to go, and that will take us to the end of the second. So back for the third in a moment. All right, everybody, welcome back to the third and final period here tonight on Monday, July 7th, bringing you the second last U14 game here as Yellow with a healthy 4-1 lead heading into our final frame. That one's played up from the wall, steered ahead for Navy, handed off by McDonnell. It's down the wall for Buckley. Buckley tries to center. Pushed off to the corner and evading the check there's Hughes. Played over there to Marsh. Marsh in over the blue line. Marsh along the end boards. Up the wall to Harvo. End boards. Kept in by Yellow. Navy on the back foot there is McLaughlin. Works it in around. Yellow shot. That's going to be knocked into the opposite corner. From the end boards. Can't get that through. Picked up here by Frizzle. Frizzle. Into the middle for Harvo. Shot. Doesn't make it through. Frizzle. Tries to spin that back around. It's cut off. Shot. That went off the pad of our new goaltender, Jonah Harvey. So he'll be in net on the one side, and then Jerome Doucette in for Yellow. In over the blue line, down to the corner. McDonnell spins it around, and Navy gets in behind. Toe drag, individual effort, backhanded wide. They had about 3 guys in behind the defenders there. Looking for a quick one to start the period. Sent down for the icing. 17:51 as we'll head back down the left side. Oh, it looks like they're going to move them into the neutral zone instead. Actually, all the way to center. So usually that's if there's an error, I think. Puck dropped in. Back in behind, Yellow with a chance here off the break. Tries to hand it off. Rolling around near the pads. Kind of running out of room there was Nordine. He made the play happen, tried to get creative playing it to the left side of the net. Down here in front, played up ahead. Picked up by O'Coin. O'Coin over the blue line. Shot by O'Coin, hits the glove and ricochets out. Back in behind, up the wall with it to Duggan. And a hit there, that'll be an instant penalty as they go for that through the middle. Steps up, shot evading the check. Yellow looking for the end right now. The delayed penalty, but it's steered into the end boards. Now, both refs had the arm up, but I think it's just the one. There's 17 minutes left to go in the third. We're 3 minutes into the final frame. Face off coming. Picked off. That's played across on the left side into the corner. Dufour. Steps up back to the blue line. Under the stick of Henneberry. Henneberry with a nice play to the left side. Shot ricochets off the glove back to Cranston. Cranston picks it up, flips it down on the PK. That'll be sent the length of the ice. So it's Chase Noel in the box for that penalty. Grabbed and moved up ahead, rolls off the end of the stick. Plucked there by Labucky. In over the blue line on the left side. To the middle, Henneberry. Jumps off the ball, back to Henneberry. Feeds it to the right side corner. Minute left to go in the power play. Backing around, Henneberry in behind for Hughes. Missing there. Oh, and he catches his teammate there, Chandler. Trying to get that puck cleared out and wears one about as hard as you can on the back. He'll get up and try to skate that off. I'm assuming that'll be at least a bruise. And the faceoff will head down to the right side, 54 seconds. Face-off coming. One's grabbed by Kennedy. Kennedy's going to pick it up, shoot it all the way down. Doucette slows it up. Doucette leaves it for his teammate, rolls up the wall. Reynolds tries to play in front. Brabant back in behind, turns it over, and an easy clear out there for Reynolds, who's had a pretty good game here. Lots of touches of the puck. Can't think of too many mistakes, but obviously the offense here for Navy could be showing a little more with 15 minutes to go. Back up the wall. Paxton Kennedy. Kennedy dishes it off to the half wall. Yellow going to just slap that back in. Picked up there by Mosher. Mosher in behind. Rides up into McDonnell. McDonnell looking for a little cheeky lane. He gets it there on the right side. Now it's a 2-on-1 the other way. Navy stepping in. Shot. Save made. Trying to go top shelf, but it'll be saved. A rebound. Not much on it. Picked up down the left side. Brabant. Parsons tries to go up the wall with it. Yellow. Chip play. Hustled after and behind. McLaughlin. Leading up ahead. Down here in front. O'Hearn loses it. Circles back in around. Try to chip that one back. Big slapper from the blue line. Jumping puck. Moves around. One-timer in front. Goes wide. Now Yellow back up the side with it. Lead play by Pelham. Gonna have to skate into that one's Frizzle. Played back to the blue line. Kept in by Marsh. Back in behind. Berger skates heavy after it. Tying up along the wall. Taking on Pelham. Shot. Steered aside. Trying to move it out in front. Yellow. Grabbed. Circling back around and behind. Pass the stick in to the right side corner. Played in behind for Hughes. Off the stick. Picked up, exits the zone. Past the stick of Knox Hughes this time. Hughes gets the pass over to the right. Frizzle. From the end boards, Ruiz. Played across, exiting the zone. In over the line, Navy looking for it, jumps off the stick. From the corner, man down. Freed up in front, Yellow on top of that, and it'll exit back to center. Dished across, picked up nicely here, Buckley. Buckley over the line, shot and staying square, making the stop was Harvey. 12:20 left to go here in the third. Down along the half wall. It's played back from McLeod. Kissed off the glass, comes back through to Noel. Noel up to Zwicker and sent him behind. Michaud avoids the check. It's back down low. Trying to pluck that off the end boards. Navy with a little pep to their step right now, trying to get themselves back in this game with 11:48 to go. Over to the left, Woolley. Battles hard for it down into the end board. There we go. And now played back out in front. Zwicker, the 232, has been putting in a little work here this game as that one snapped in on net. Covered up with 11:30 to go. Puck in around the boards. Romard gets it up to Gallant. Gallant shoots it on, and we'll take the conservative cover on that one. Just over 11 minutes to go. Remember, the U15s will be up next right on the same site. You can just click along the bar and watch them when we go live shortly after this game. Pretty much will be immediately after. From the end boards, 2-on-2. Norris up the wall, comes back through to Labucky. Labucky, shoot stopped. Slipped up in front, McKinnon. Over to Duggan. Duggan over the blue line. Tries to hand that off, back and around. Picked up and almost evading the check. All it takes right now with the junior hitters is a bit of a clip. As they weren't obviously hitting last year in the U13 AAA, so a bit of an adjustment. And like I said, that means it doesn't really take full checks. That one went down hard though, as Liam Duggan will be helped off, and he went hard into the ice there. Just as we were talking about the adjustment to hitting. So 10-21. They call a penalty on it, so yellow will head to the box. And really hoping 14 there, Duggan is okay, as that was a tough fall there. So, Liam Dufour will sit. Faceoff coming to the left side. It looks like they're giving the 2-minute head contact. Picked up along the boards here, Kennedy. Kennedy advances that puck through. Kennedy slows up. Back to the blue line. Hayes to the right side. Cranston out here on the power play. Dished across. Has a man in front, and the coverage on the stick takes away from Reynolds. That was Parsons who was covering. Inside 10 minutes to go now here in this game. Picked up. Up the left side. Toe dragging it in. Moves along the blue line. Chandler loses it. Up the right, and now breakaway, short-handed. Mosher to the outside, and a great pad save. Harvey Adam the whole way. With a minute left to go on the power play, a great stop. Play it up ahead. Trying to pick up on that one. Chandler over the line. Chandler with a little shove. He'll pick it up on the right corner. Chandler shoots. Glove save there as he stepped into that one. 9 minutes to go and 49 seconds to go on the power play. Picked up, over to the right. Try to get that down low on the left side. O'Hearn over the glove, and will be sent down all the way back to Harvey. 34 seconds on the power play. Navy potentially one last rush here. Pinched in against the wall. Grabbed. Back and behind. Berger plays that over. Now a lead pass down in front here. McKim over the blue line. Hands it off. O'Hearn, and it gets flipped back in behind. So power play over. 8:20 left to go in this 4-1 game. Navy's trying to push the pace here still. Up into the feet. Over the blue line on the left side. Rolls off the stick there, Harvo. He plays it across. Kept in there by Ruiz. Flipped onto the stick here for Frizzle. Oh, and offside as looked like Nate O'Coin got caught there. Just under 8 minutes to go. Up ahead, over the blue line. That's going to be dropped off to Buckley. Try to muscle that through. Picked up by Ruiz. Ruiz shot, blocked. Flipped back in behind and a good hustle play. They go one-on-one. Kind of got the old jersey tug in there. Looking like play on. That'll be something I'm sure these young kids will be mastering over the course of the next couple of years as they continue on with the hitting. Get the old cheeky jersey tug past the Zebras down the left side. Buckley shoots. That one catches mesh along with the glass. 7 minutes to go. Whistle here. We roll through the end of this game. Face off to the left. Back up the wall to the blue line. Walking it. Shot. Tipped. Another whack. And that'll draw the ire of the defense there, but we'll keep it moving. Face off from the left. Under 7 minutes to go here now as we near the end of this one. Henneberry. D-to-D pass to Blabucky. They've kept these lines together the whole way. No line adjusting, just kind of setting what they think's right and rolling through it. Currently Yellow up 4-1. Played along the boards. Dixon tries to get it open. Yellow picks it up, trying to go through the legs. Picked up and scooped around Baldwin. In over the line, and a nice shot there. Good to see Liam Duggan back out there after the hard fall earlier in the period. 6:16 left to go here in the third. Face off to the left. Shot. Save made instantly off the draw. A few seconds off the clock. 6:11 now. Huck kicked up. That one steered past the stick there, back and behind. Dixon. The lead play. Chopped up ahead, McKinnon. Big slapper. Took everything out of that one, goes wide. Dixon back in behind. Trying to play it from the end boards. 5:44. Navy has done a lot more to keep the pressure in the offensive zone this period, but nothing to show for it. And Yellow scenes contempt, just kind of locking down on the defensive side of the puck. The defense have played pretty good all game long for Yellow. Rebound rolls out. McKinnon up the wall and back in behind for Parsons. Parsons, lead play, gets enough on that to Brabant. In behind for Hayes. Hayes, he'll circle around. 5 minutes to go. Up to Cranston. Cranston dishes across with a nice pass there to Reynolds, but it was just off the mark. Thought they had it. 5 minutes to go. Face off to the left. Puck jumps on back, and now potential odd man the other way. Weak 3-on-2, but they steer it out in front. That one bounces in around, and Cranston now going for a skate. Trying to take on Harveau and a couple other players. Spins back around, looking for the pass. Into the feet. That's going to play back to Chandler. Cranston. Chip sauce back to the blue line through traffic. Rebound just out of the reach there of Chandler. Now off the end of the stick of Hayes and back the other way. Potential odd man again. Yellow shot blocker saves, comes down. Trying to avoid the check. Brought in over the line. Big skate here for Hayes. Drops that back. No one home. Yellow now trying to flip it up ahead. Kind of picks it up, but time for Navy to come back. Individual effort, though. Rolls up in front. There's O'Coin with a look. Picked up on the wall. Up to Cranston. He'll look for the breakaway, but he's got to take on Harveau, and he can't do so. Cranston played across. Hits a foot. Harveau doing a good job there, number 3. Moved up ahead and back in behind for McLaughlin. Worked in on the boards. 3:40 to go in the third. The back ref again with the penalty. So Reynolds looking a little shook up there. It looks like they might. They're going to say no call. Discussing right here in front of us, a little confusion, and now they will get 12, so made the right call, just took an extra second, so it'll be Navy power play with 3:36 to go. Face off to the left. Played back to the line. McLaughlin from the corner. That one circled back. Ripley back to McLaughlin. Over to Ripley on the hash marks. From the corner. Moves down into the zone. Played up the wall. Up ahead, Ripley over the line. Shot back in the other way. 2:55. Slow it up. Overskated, a little overzealous there. McLaughlin, as he'll take a hit, drops a stick, picks it back up. Sent to the end boards. Harvey has the one bounce. Along the wall, Berger. Berger played across. Oh, and just onside. Back in behind. Played along the wall. Slowed up near the ring-out line. Overtaken, 2 minutes, picked up. Sent back in, 28 seconds on the penalty. Spinning, hands that off. Pass over the reach and face off on the right. .150. Played back and around for Ruiz. Ruiz. He'll circle back, fans on it. 96 seconds to go. Trying to get that puck out down here in front. To the end boards. Picked up off the end wall, little knockdown. Lead play up the left side. Chase Noel with a minute to go. We'll wrap up the U14s. 4-1 the score. Yellow has been in control the whole game, and we'll head into the last minute. Picked up from the right side, skated in is Mosher. Back from the corner. 44 seconds to go, evading the check. Trying to go up the wall with it. Navy in over the line, down the left here. Looking for an angle. Played out in front. Shot, score. So Navy will tuck one late here. 28 seconds to go to make it 4-2 on a nice finish. I believe that was McDonnell. 28 seconds. We'll head back to center. Yellow wins that up to the right side. Frizzle loses it. Up onto the stick. Baldwin over to the right. Dixon over the blue line. Steps in. Shot goes wide. 6 seconds to go. And 2, and that will take us to the end. So 4-2 victory. Team Yellow with a solid performance all the way